What is up, YouTube? UltimateLocke here. I'm going to be going over this eBay auction. This eBay auction was sold to me by a scammer, and I'm going to be going over basically how I handled it, what you need to know when dealing with eBay, and just be aware, eBay is filled with scammers. There are scammers everywhere, and if you go and buy stuff on eBay and you don't know the rules of eBay, you're going to lose a lot of money, and that's not even a joke. If I didn't know crap about eBay, I would have lost quite a bit of cash here, and it would have been really bad. But thankfully, I do know how eBay works, I know how PayPal works, and I was able to pretty much scam the scammer. So I'll be going over everything. And yeah, so everything you see here, right here, is what I got from his listing. Now the games that are stacked up right here, and the Nintendo 64 games stacked up over there, those are from separate listings that I haven't put into my collection yet. So everything else is all this stuff that you see here. And for the systems, I got all the Nintendo Wii U cords, I got the Gamepad chargers, and I also got all the Gamecube cords, and I got 3 controllers. So let's go over this listing, and I'll explain how he was trying to pull a fast one. And this guy was a total prick, and he's a 100% dirtbag scammer. That, again, you would first think that he was actually sincere in trying to gain your trust and make things right, but you'll realize after I explain it that he was actually trying to pull a double scam. Okay, so first off, Pikmin has a nick in the disc. I was pretty pissed about that because that's the most valuable game out of the Gamecube games. So that came to my attention. The Game Boy right here, the sound wouldn't work on it, which pissed me off even more. The sound now does work on it because I went off and replaced the basically the motherboard and everything with the Kiwi one. So this one doesn't work anymore. It doesn't even have batteries. So this one's sound doesn't work, but I switched it with the Kiwi one, so now the sound works and everything, because this one's actually worth a lot more if it's working, fully working. And Super Smash Bros. Wii U was supposed to be factory sealed, and it doesn't even have the manual, and it's completely opened. Alright, now first things first, I get home, I go through all the packages, really hyped about it because I knew that I was getting the Wii U bundle today. And I went off and started looking at everything, noticed the Game Boy and Pikmin 2. And I was like, that's pretty bullshit. So I go to test the Nintendo Wii U system, right? And I see these huge gashes right here. He called them minor scratches, right? And there's a gash right here, this gash right here, and right there, there's a gash, and right there, there's a gash, if you can see it right there. Alright, let's power this on and see what happens. Oh, you see, right there in the center, that's where the gash is. That's where the crack is. Now, first off, in the listing, he said that there was minor scratches, right? These 2 marks on the screen were in the listing. So it's 100% safe to assume that this gamepad was already broken before it was shipped. This wasn't caused by shipping damage, right? This was already broken. Okay, so at this point in time, right, I stop, I contact the seller, right? And within 30 seconds of me contacting him, right, I get a text message. And it's from the seller. And he goes off and gives me this paragraph-long message. And he also includes a picture and then does another paragraph-long message in about 30 more seconds. So what does that tell me? That tells me he was already prepared. He had a picture showing everything completely packed, filled with bubble wrap. I can assure you, the way he packaged this stuff was not bullshit. It was professional level packing. Like, there is no way, if I took this box and I chucked it across my yard, everything in there would still be fully working. There's no way in hell it got damaged during shipping. So that was total bullshit that he was trying to pull. Alright? And he was like, well, just let me know what you want to do. We can do a refund and stuff like that. I'm like, okay. And he was just really wanting me to like give him an amount to refund because he was wanting to do a partial refund, of course. He doesn't want to give me all my money back. I was like, okay. So I'm like, let me test everything first. Make sure everything else is working too. So I have a Nintendo Wii U myself, right? And I was like, okay, I have a gamepad. Let's test out this Nintendo Wii U. So first off, I have my 2 monitors over there. They have an HDMI port. I plug them in, and this Wii U does not turn on. Or I should say it turns on, but will not display anything. So I go off and I plug it into my other TV, and it still won't display. And I'm using my other Wii U, its cords and everything, so it's definitely 100% functioning. It's just that this Wii U is defective. It's just broken. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know anything. But I do know that this Zelda Gamepad can be fixed, because all it is a broken screen. So that right there is fixable, and the gamepads are actually worth quite a bit, especially the Zelda one. Okay, so I'm like, well, the Wii U system is also broken. Let's see what else is broken in this slot. So far we have the Gameboy system that doesn't play no sound. We have the Smash Bros. That is open, that was supposed to be factory sealed. We have the Pikmin 2 with a nick. We have the Gamepad and the Nintendo Wii U system. Guess what system doesn't play any discs whatsoever? Ah, you guessed it. Nintendo Gamecube doesn't play any disc. Will turn on and everything. So what can we assume from this? Right? We can assume that magically, somehow, some way, every package that USPS carries just somehow magically gets destroyed, even though it's surrounded by multiple layers of bubble wrap. That I could chuck across my yard, chuck the box across my yard, no problem, and everything would be working as long as they were working before. So all three of these were broken from the start, and obviously the Game Boy played no sound. But he could swear that the Game Boy played sound. He said he tested it and everything. So better not second guess him. So yeah, these three right here are all broken, and now I contact the seller, and he's all being sincere, like, man, dude, I don't know what's going on, and don't worry, at the end of the video I will show you the basically all the text messages that I received. I should be able to take the text messages off my phone and basically take screenshots and then put them on the computer and edit them with Sony Vegas, so I can basically put them into a montage of the time dialogue. But yeah, he went off and was talking about how, since this package was fragile and everything, that he decided to get insurance for it and everything. So I was like, okay, yeah. So he was asking me how much did I want back. Now, I originally paid $310 for this entire lot, and the Zelda Gamecube, or the Zelda Wii U system with Smash Brothers, and maybe like the Game Boy would pay for the lot. That's how I figured it, because I saw this lot and I was like, holy crap, man, this is big. And asked him how much he wanted for it and everything. Made sure everything was correct, but no, he was just trying to bullshit me. So I was like, okay. So I started looking everything over, and I was like, $230. And he was like, blah blah blah, insurance and everything. And I was like, yeah, but you know, you're gonna get the insurance back from the eBay lot, right? So you're actually gonna get $310, which I paid him for insurance, or paid him for the auction. Plus, he's gonna get the shipping back and everything. So it's gonna total up to $350, $340, somewhere along those lines. Plus, he's gonna keep the original $100 from the auction. So he's actually gonna be somehow making profit from this. And I also mentioned in the text messages that the crack is exactly where the scratch was. And I was like, yeah, right where that scratch is, that's where the crack is. And he didn't make too much of a comment on that. So from that point on, he was basically going off, and here's where he's trying to do a scam now. He wanted to send me the money via PayPal, right? I was like, sure, okay, send me a partial refund. I was like, okay, waiting. He's like, all right, what's your email address? I'm like, just send me a partial refund. He's like, yeah, I just need your email address. I'm like, no, you don't. You have it in my transaction history. Go to December 19th, $319, and go to issue refund. And enter the amount for $230. He was like, I can't do it from my phone. And he just kept on making excuses. And I was like, well, that's the only way I'm going to take a refund. And eventually, he stopped messaging me. I was like, okay, so if you want to go that way, I'm just going to go and make an eBay case, and you can have your shit back. Like, I have no problem. eBay will give me a free return label, and yeah, sucks to be you. So I went off and did that, and guess what happened? Or I didn't actually do anything yet. I went and waited for about, I want to say 3 or 4 hours, and I checked my PayPal account, and $230 has been refunded to my PayPal account. Now, the people in the description, or not in the description, the comments are going to say, you just totally scammed that dude. Like, no, I didn't scam this dude. This dude scammed me, or was attempting to scam me. So, one thing to beware of PayPal is that, let's just say that I gave him my PayPal address, right? If I gave him my PayPal address, and he sent me a payment for $230, what would happen? Well, it's simple. One, he could claim that he never actually did that himself, and he could get a refund on that, because he's sending me money without any cause. Even if I set up an eBay auction and quote-unquote send him the item that it's really just a refund for, he can claim he never received the item, he can get it back. He can do a chargeback scam, where he basically puts the money on a credit card, pays for it, everything, and then charges it back via his credit card, and guess what happens? I don't get the money, I get the money taken out of my account. The only way to get your money back is if you buy something, is to get a refund. You do not want to accept money unless it's a refund, because it's basically, PayPal has this like basically unspoken contract is where if you send someone money, it's your money until basically the date of the PayPal money back guarantee and the eBay money back guarantee goes down. If they refund you, they cannot get that money back no matter what channels they go through. So that's the reason why I was so anal about getting a refund, or I should say a partial refund, rather than him just sending me $230 to my eBay account, because what would have happened is that he would have probably, within about 2 or 3 months, it could be even a year from now, he could actually file a dispute and get all that money back. And that's happened to a lot of people on eBay. I can assure you of that. So, in the end of the day, right, for $110, I got all this, right? $110 at the end of the day. So, the Wii U game system, I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. I'll probably take it to a game shop, maybe get it fixed, see how much it will cost to get fixed and everything. The Wii U Gamepad, I'm fairly certain it's just the, basically the screen. So I'll go off and get the screen fixed. And for the Game Boy, I've already fixed that, and the Pikmin 2 actually works. But the Gamecube, this will just be chucked across my yard multiple times. It's actually sad because this Gamecube is actually in like near mint condition, but for some reason just doesn't read discs. I can't comprehend why. I actually might take it apart and fix the disc reader. It wouldn't really be that hard, I don't think, at least. But yeah, so I can fix this easily. The gamepad alone is worth 110, 120, as long as I can fix it, because it's the Zelda one. Even though it has these massive gashes, I'm sure there's someone on eBay that would be willing to pay 100 for it. So if you look at it this way, he got scammed. And also, I know he was scamming. There's no doubt in my mind. Three things broken, right? You can consider the Game Boy not broken. It's just a sound issue. As annoying as it is, it literally is something that could happen, right? The Pikmin 2 could have been just honestly a mistake, but 3 systems, or I guess that's not really a system, but the gamepad just magically got destroyed during shipping, along with the Wii U system, which the chances of this getting destroyed is rare. The chances of these simultaneously getting destroyed is impossibly rare. The chances of this GameCube actually getting destroyed, as well as these two right here, is not possible in any way, shape, or form. So, what is this guy going to try to do? Well, one, he thinks that he's already going to make a profit. So he's going to go to USPS, he's going to file an insurance claim, right? And he's probably going to use the pictures that I sent him. Well, sorry to be him, but he's not going to be able to claim the insurance because, one, you're going to need more proof. If they would just take a random-ass picture and say, yeah, man, that is totally the system that you sent and everything, they would be like, they'd be giving away free money all day. He literally only has a picture of, like, I sent him a picture of the screen cracked, and he has a picture of, I think, the system and stuff. He probably has multiple pictures I haven't seen yet, but I highly doubt he has enough to actually warrant a claim. So he's thinking in his mind that he's completely set, whereas I know he's most likely SOL. And I'm glad that he's SOL because he tried to sell me 3 defective game systems, and then he was trying to be a little bitch about me getting my money back. But thankfully, since we did not go through eBay, well, I guess we did go through eBay, but we did the refund on just PayPal, I don't have no reason to return these. He hasn't even asked for these back, so I get to keep everything here. even knowing that this is defective, this is probably about $45 on eBay. This I know I can fix. This is absolutely worthless because Gamecubes alone on eBay go for like $20, so there's no reason to sell that on eBay. But I got Pokemon games, everything. Like, yeah. So this is what I call scamming the scammer. Beware of stuff on eBay. Just going to go through a few things. One, if you sell a gift card on eBay and you basically try to email the recipient or the person who buys it, you email them the code. That's against eBay's policy on gift cards. So if they claim that there is nothing on the gift card, even if you have proof, they will automatically vote in the buyer's case favor and you will lose all the money on this. This is a known scam that happens every single day on eBay. So beware, because it's going to happen to you if you try to do that shit. Make sure that when you get refunds, make sure that the refund is actually refunding you your money, not them sending you a payment. eBay will actually show you if you got refunded. When you hover over the purchase price, it'll say that this item has been partially refunded. And when you go to the PayPal transaction, it will say that this item has been partially refunded. And it'll give the amount of how much it was refunded for. And those are just some basic things that you should know when dealing with stuff on eBay, dealing with stuff on other auction sites. Because at the end of the day, if you mess up on one of eBay or PayPal's little hidden contract things, like there's another one. It's if you sell anything off for more than $250 and you do not have signature confirmation, right? You will automatically lose a claim. This guy right here, if I really wanted to, I could scam him. I could just go off and be like, hey, I never received the package, everything, and yeah, never received it. Even though tracking information says it was delivered to my doorstep, he can't do shit because PayPal's policy is if it's over $250 and you don't have signature confirmation on it, you will get your refund guaranteed. It is a known scam on eBay. That is why people will always bid $251 to make sure they're over that limit. And if they don't send with tracking or was it signature confirmation, you can do a basically a buyer dispute. Say you never got it, and you'll get the items for free. Don't try that. It's a really scummy tactic, but it's something to consider if you're selling something, especially if you're selling like a GoPro or something small that you wouldn't think about getting signature confirmation. You have to do it